Brilliance Audio presents Wild at Heart, America's Turbulent Relationship with Nature, From Exploitation to Redemption, by Alice Outwater, performed by Joyce Bean. Mrs. Jack Treetop, a member of the Hunkpapa Lakota, Hunkpapa Sioux, was photographed in 1908 wearing a Mona Lisa smile, a lovely stole of cylindrical bone beads, and a fortune in dentalium shells. Her shells are the basis of a strange story. They had been harvested nearly 1,500 miles away under 60 feet of water off the west coast of Vancouver Island. Some of them may have been gathered centuries earlier. Dentalium was used throughout the Great Plains, Great Basin, Central Canada, Northern Plateau, and Alaska for as long as 3,500 years for every kind of jewelry and clothing decoration. It was used as currency for at least 1,000 years, and perhaps much longer. What looks like decorative beads is actually money. Nature and money have always been intertwined. Until recently, nature was the source of everything people used, and this bounty was distributed in different ways. From time immemorial, natural resources have been bartered, gifted, and sold for money. Dentalium, like most money, is durable, portable, uniform, and scarce. These shells rarely wash up on shore. Ethnographers claim that they were harvested exclusively by the Nu'uchalnoth people, formerly called Nootkas, of the Pacific Northwest, who collected the shells a few at a time from sandbars about 60 feet below the surface of the ocean. The shells were deeply valuable. For some California tribes, 12 fine shells bought a redwood dugout canoe. The highest quality shells were about 2 1/4 inches long, and some native traders had measurements tattooed on their arms to verify the length of their dentalium. Anglos called them Indian bankers. More than 600 tribal nations lived on the land that became North America, and these people had a wide range of economic and social systems. There was great diversity of language and architecture, but two systems were widely shared. Hundreds of tribes participated in a complex, far-flung trade network that stretched from Central America to Alaska and used dentalium to buy food, hides and furs, fabrics, ceramics, baskets and canoes, turquoise, macaw feathers, and even slaves. And almost without exception, tribal peoples believed that spirits resided in many living and non-living beings. Nature was full of lives that were much like human lives. To provide a range of native attitudes toward nature, I chose 3 tribes with different histories from distinct areas and environments. The temperate rainforests of the Pacific Northwest, near the dentalium beds, supported some of the densest populations of native people in North America, and the area was undisturbed by Europeans until the 1700s. The Chinook people were the best traders in the region, and many of the earliest explorers and traders wrote of Chinook life. I have a Hopi friend from the southwest desert of New Mexico, where his ancestors had lived for thousands of years. And I have a soft spot for the western Abenaki, who once lived on the land I grew up on in Vermont. These tribes all saw nature differently. In the Pacific Northwest, people relied on salmon and other fish for food, and the runs never failed. It was a fat life, and the region supported dense populations of well-fed people for thousands of years. But the plentiful food, long residence, and wet, temperate climate did not create an egalitarian and unified society. Instead, it was an area with exceptional linguistic diversity and a highly stratified social system. When tribes that live in a small area speak unrelated languages, it means they aren't talking with each other. The 6 major language families in the Pacific Northwest were so different that native traders used a pidgin called Chinook Wawa, made up of words from all the local languages.